excuse me. Oh, excuse me.
Yo, what up? It's me, SolarLoon. Hi, I'm an independent game developer and creator of Master Plan. Uh, it's been a little while since the last stream. Am I stretched? I feel like I'm stretched. Hold on. Give me a second. I feel like like my camera is stretched or something. Is it not? Okay, there. I think I was stretched. I think I was like that or something. Ooh. Anyway, yeah, hi. So I'm SolarLoon. I'm an independent game developer. I'm the creator of Master Plan. What up? It's been a little while since the last stream. I was sick again. I've been sick. Not drastically sick, but just with like colds and things like that, like 3 times over the past month and a half. Between late November to now, I got sick 3 different times, each for like an average of maybe 9 days. So it just is like that sometimes. Anyway, hello. Welcome to the stream. Bird51 says hi. Hi. And this is a little bit of a different stream. It's not really different on your end, but it's different a little bit for me because I have an ultra wide monitor, and whenever I stream, I would like make it like 16:9, but I wouldn't, obviously my monitor being ultra wide would stretch things, and so I would just live with it. But there's a setting on my monitor where it will basically like crop the left and right edges so it actually looks normal for me, which is great. Yeah, it's fantastic. So I have black bars on the left side and right side, but everything else looks normal. Like the text looks normal. It's not stretched. What a world we live in. I'm happy to be alive. Yeah, so anyway, welcome to the stream. Let me, wait, no. There we go. So there's a couple things couple new things. Actually, this isn't really. I get this is a little bit related, but basically, a couple new things. One is I finally got my GUI system updated pretty well, working pretty well. Everything should be pretty solid. Something I can do now is I can scroll stuff. So I have the ability to scroll a list, basically. Like if you draw too much in one direction, then it scrolls, which is very nice. Yeah, very cool. Apart from that, I've been basically just making changes to the GUI system, like porting over the existing porting over this game to the existing the GUI system I have been working on. Let me see. So this is actually out now. GUI. It is out. If you want to use it to make games, feel free. It is github.com/solarloon/GUI, GOOEY. And it's a cool GUI system. So you can use it to make UI stuff. So you can use it to make buttons. I've covered this before, but the main changes I made is one, scrollable layouts works now, like this, which is very cool. So if you have like a list of buttons or a list horizontally or vertically of buttons, you can do that. You can make a list. This works better now as well. Custom layouts. Previously, or by default, the highlight system works based off of positioning. So if you press right and there's a button to the right, it will highlight that button. But in this case, where you have a circular layout, a circular custom layout, it's better to probably define the buttons in a circle and basically say like this button leads into that button, leads into this button, etc. And so you get this nice little effect where pressing right or left just moves you around the circle. Sliders are still in, custom draw elements are still in, which works well. And layout maps also still work. Very cool. I also implemented that apply tool I was working on. So basically, if you want to make multiple changes to a UI element, rather than like making the UI element and then using like chaining with functions, you can just use an apply function and pass a UI element that has the properties you want set, and then that's it. So you can see this as an example. Like let's say we have this, right? This cycle button UI element where we're setting the color, we're setting the colors for the graphics buttons, for the left and right buttons. We're setting the colors for the button itself. We're setting its graphics, all this stuff, right? So we're doing all this stuff. But let's say we wanted to make a slight change where we want to say, okay, well, let's make a different variant of the button that is, maybe like red or something like that. Well, rather than going cycle dot with base color dot with highlight color dot with with pointer or whatever like that, you can say cycle dot apply and then just pass another object, and anything that you set here will be applied to the original, will be not the original but be applied to a copy. So the upside is basically this is just a simpler means of setting multiple properties at the same time. So I mean, it would be cool if you could just do this, if Go supported this kind of a UI, not UI, but syntactic sugar. That would be really cool if you could just pass a like if it is expecting a map or a struct that already has a definition, which of course it would, then you can just pass a pair of brackets and then begin defining the map or struct. That would be cool, but that's not how Go works currently, and I don't know if it ever will, because it is a little hidden as to what exactly this represents, but at the same time it would be really nice. So anyway, so that's what I've been working on. That's what I've been doing. It's working well. Happy with it. There's something that I don't quite like. Yeah, don't quite like it. But if you look at this menu, and it's kind of interesting actually now that I think about it, because I just never really paid too much attention to a menu system, but a UI system. But in making this, I've been thinking about UI, of course. And so if you look at this example, we have buttons, right? We have buttons in a vertical list, and there's some padding around each button. When we scroll down to the bottom, or scroll up to the top, we want the scrolling to top out above the button, right? Like we want and below the button. Like it shouldn't stop at this bottom edge, it should stop down here. Because this is the button is this big, but it's in a space that is this big, right? It's a little bit bigger. There's padding. And so it's interesting because in the process of making this system, I did not account for the padding, and so it didn't work, right? Because when you scroll down or up, it's going to just basically presume that the button either it's going to, in my current iteration of this tool, of my framework, it looks for the bottom of the last element, essentially, to determine how long the list is, but it doesn't take into account padding, and so it would cut off the elements, right? Like the bottom of the last button is cut off. And so I basically had to make a system where you can say, okay, I'm drawing something that is this big, but it's in a space that's this big, so that when it goes to scroll, it knows it's like this big and not this big. So it's interesting. It's an interesting problem that I never really thought about, and it got me thinking about the complexities of user interface, where it's like, it's got to be performant, it's got to be it should be performant, it's got to be detailed, it's got to be able to do all this different stuff. It's just interesting. It's interesting. I'm happy with the current solution. It's not perfect, but it's, I think, as good as you probably will be able to get it to be, or I will be able to get it to be. And it's, with my current approach, and I'm not really sure how else I could do it, apart from just like designing it differently, where it would work better. But I think this is a nice kind of what's the word? Compromise. And this is what I'm talking about, where the arranger grid, this is the object that basically arranges UI elements in a grid. It's determining like, okay, how big is each cell? How big are the elements? And then this is what gets returned. It says, okay, well, here's where you draw. This is that element rect, where it's like, okay, you're drawing at this position, this width, this height. But when you look at outer padding, okay, when you look at wait, yeah, shouldn't it be? No, I guess that's fine. Right. So basically, the rectangle contains where to draw whatever element it is, but then the spacey rectangle contains where, how in what space the element exists. So this could be kind of useful if maybe you have a rectangle, maybe you're drawing bigger, but the spacing rectangle is small. That would create overlap, essentially, which may be what you want. Yeah. So anyway, the base rect that the layout displays. So anyway, I'm happy with this. This works. Very, very happy with this, and it just looks nice. It works well. Not perfect, but still pretty good. Pretty good. Very nice. I'm not a fan of this color for my for this bar at the top. I'm gonna change it real quick. Give me a second. I'm just like, this is ugly. I need to change it. Let me just make a quick alteration. Okay. All right, I'm still alive. I was like, did it crash? Let's see. Give me a second. Hold on, hold on. It didn't do what I wanted it to do. I'm not sure if... I might not be able to do anything about it. Let me see. Well, yeah, I might not be able to do what I'm looking for. Okay, well, what I'm gonna do... There we go. Okay, that's good enough. I thought that this worked automatically, but maybe I'm tripping. Okay, I think that's good enough. Screen back alive. Much better. Okay. So, you know what? Let's do the same thing with this thing. Let's get some dark green going. Sure, that's fine. Okay. So, what we're going to be working on today is master plan. Master plan. So let's do that. I'm going to load up master plan, and darn it, I'm going to work on it. Let's get some music going too. Cool. Okay, that does work. Yo, I never thought about it like that, but you can do that. Let me change the music real quick. That's fine. I never thought about it like that, but you can just use the map as like a pin board or an image for that matter. That's pretty cool. Interesting that the timer's still active. Okay, let's see. We can do something about that. This I'm gonna change this a little bit because the contrast might be bad for stream for the stream. Let me see. It's pretty nice. Yeah, I like that one. Did I miss it? Yeah, I did. It was here. Okay. So I think the clock is in phase. Clock in phase. For each entail. I was not able to know if F not below return. Hmm. Does this not work here? Clock and phase. Let's try that. That might do it. Beautiful. There we go. I'm just waiting for 547 to roll around. Cool. Beautiful. So that's working. Yeah, very cool. So now you have that ability to make like a flat card. Let's do some stuff. I'm gonna do something real quick. Let me hop over to a sprite. Oh yeah, I forgot. I was trying to do this redraw. I was like, what? Sonic 1 redraw. This was a good attempt, a good start, but yeah, I was like, nah, this ain't working out. I should have kept going. I did this concept, but with Mario actually, so the Super Mario Brothers 1, and that turned out not too bad. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on. I'm not sure if I'll be able to find it. I'm not sure if I'll be able to find it. It's interesting. This is from Iquia. Not, this is maybe something I drew way before, like, I got super far. Like, this is really early, back when the character was still looking like this. Interesting. Who's this? I'm just like, why did I draw this? Oh, that kind of works. That's kind of cool. A little cool. Anyway, okay, right, back to what I'm thinking about, right? Well, actually, let me see if I can find it through a search. There it is. Can't just drag it over, huh? There we go. Yeah, so this is a redraw of, yeah, the original Super Mario Brothers. I like this this redraw. It's got a little something to it. Still kind of hitting that, you know, NES color palette, NES color restriction. Although, did I actually do that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And yeah, nah, this is one too many colors. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, this is correct. Not bad. Didn't use the cloud. Like the cloud and the bush are different tiles, but yeah, this is not bad. I like this. Anyway, what I was thinking about is trying to get to a master plan. Where is it at? It's not here. Okay. Give me a second to pull it up. Okay. So now what I wanted to do is see about maybe changing these background squares to be maybe darker rather than lighter. I think this is the grid. Yeah, I think these are the squares for the map. Let me see. Yeah, but they're kind of dark. Or transparent, rather. Hmm. Not sure how I feel about that. That's not bad. I think it's just maybe a little too light. Maybe I should just need to make it darker. Kind of like that. That's very understated. It's very minor. The hatching on the map. The only thing is that it's basically the same as the background. So let's see if we can do something about that. That's a little bit more obvious, but it's basically that same concept. Not bad, not bad. Let's see. Yeah, just trying out something with a little bit of a different texture. looking for a specific kind of like glass kind of vibe, kind of something like this. Something like this. Kinda. Whoops. Accident. Accident. No, it's got to be a certain texture. It's got to be textural. I don't need to do that anymore. Better alpha is good. Let's see. I'm thinking that the order of this might matter. So I'm going to make this a slice instead. Or make it a slice as well, I guess you could say. And we'll do it like this. Okay. What I'm doing here should be an optimization by avoiding making like allocating memory. Previously, I was allocating memory. Well, in this program, in Master Plan, I'm allocating memory a lot when I don't need to because I just was not thinking about it / wasn't as good at programming, I guess, as I am now. So I'm just making a small what's the word? A small optimization that should be good, where basically I'm just trying to avoid allocating so much memory, basically, by using memory and just looping. Like if I'm looping through cards, I don't need to allocate memory for that because I'm just allocating putting the cards in a certain structure just to be able to loop through them. So then I can just reuse memory. I don't have to allocate a new slice every time. So this isn't working. Okay. Did I just never complete this code? What didn't I do something? Oh, for each card. I know we can make it a little nicer. That's fine. There we go. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, so found it is found. Okay, so we are breaking out. So the issue I'm working on and what I'm trying to fix is this, where I have a stack, but they're not numbered. Found. Above equals C. Above equals C. Is C sometimes nil? How could it be nil? It can be nil. Oh, that may be why. Let's try that. There we go. Cool. Let's add a key shortcut to wrap a map to contain the cards that's on it. It would be cool to be able to do that. So you could just do like this and then press something and it'll just like okay, so this should be something like Okay, so something like that should work. Actually, thinking about it now, maybe it should wrap around just the selected cards. That's even better. That might be even better. But the issue now is that, well, yeah, the issue now is that this keyboard shortcut might overlap. But let's see. So that does work. There's a couple things I want to do though. We could do that, and then keep a little. Okay, hold on. Let me think. I'm thinking. I'm just... I'm thinking. I think it's working. Let me see. No. Oh, that's why. Not set. Excuse me. Like why the movement? Okay. I'm schmovin'. Oh, that's good. Yo, crazy. Okay, it doesn't work. Oh, you probably do, bruh. This is closed everything, bro. I guess I could do stop dragging actually, because that locks position, creates a UI state. Yeah. So how is it not getting this bottom card? Did it there. 0, 1, let's see, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hmm. I'm on the right track. Why is this working the way it does? Didn't grab the bottom one. Okay, let's see. So from negative 128 to 0. So why is it only negative 64? Y2 is negative 64. Why? Car dot right y plus car dot right greater than y2. That's what it's supposed to be. My bad. Okay, let's see. Oh, how'd that happen? Guess I must undid something. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Cool. Okay, so this is working pretty well. Let's change the theme. Yeah, I'm gonna change this back. That's not bad. Oh yeah, after we scale it, we have to gotta fix the recreate the texture. Or update the texture rather. Hold on. I see. All right, we're just gonna do it manually, I guess. Cool. Now what we want to do is we want to raise the card, and I think that's the way we do it. Let's see, raise that. Do we ever actually set this? I don't think we do. Okay. Okay. Oh, something's not working right. I couldn't. I. I don't think something's working right. But maybe I'm wrong. bonus points. Bonus points if you can turn a map into like a smart scale map mode, and whenever you drag anything, you know, kind of in the vicinity of the map, it will automatically expand. So like if I create a checkbox and put it here, then it automatically does this. If I create a checkbox and put it here, it will automatically do that. Definitely could do it. Even like this is kind of pretty good. That doesn't really read well from a distance. Nah. Actually, I'll keep the extra colors and just get rid of that. That's a little nicer. Okay, I'll call it there. It's been real. I gotta do some other work. But this is already really good. I think I might go for that smart scaling, like to go even further, to make it that basically like when you put a map in that mode, maybe it's just a straight up, I was gonna say a straight up like different kind of card, but no, it could still be a map. Maybe I should call it something else, but anyway, I like that idea of basically the map expanding as you drag things to it. It just automatically will grow. Yeah, so yeah, thank you very much for watching. It's been real. I've been Solar Loon. I still am Solar Loon. You can catch me on the flip side, Wednesday, probably, doing some more game development. Yeah, so thanks for watching. If you want to support development, please check out Masterplan on itch or Steam, itch.io or Steam, and check out Masterplan on GitHub, github.com/solarloon/masterplan. Same thing for GUI, same thing for Tetra 3D, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side. See ya.